Can you hear anything now? I don't want to deal with this tonight. I just want to play the game. I don't understand why you guys can't hear anything. Why did they make XSplit worse? It was fine the way it was. Okay, is it working now or what? Yes or no? I just want to play the game, not get pissed off tonight. I'm running on very little sleep. Well, why does the game have no sound? The stupid audio controls don't work. It says it's getting sound right now. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I hear it coming through the speakers right now. I don't understand what you guys are talking about. It should be fine. Is it working now? I'm gonna have to go back to the other version of XSplit. I'm tired of this random sound issues. Really annoying. Dude, my overview better have sound. Hold on. I just recorded 35 minutes and the stupid sound was not working? You've got to be kidding me. What is wrong with XSplit? Stop fixing stuff that's not broken. God damn it. I would recommend using... There's no fucking sound. I get so tired of running this channel sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. Here, let's try Rogue. Why is there no sound? Fucking A. Now I have to re-record a 35-minute video. God damn it. Sometimes I just want to say, just fuck this channel. And just give up. I work too hard for nothing. Why did the sound just stop working? Well, I'm not doing it again. I don't feel like doing it again. It just doesn't have any sound. I don't care. I'm annoyed with this version of XSplit. They keep, like, changing stuff that worked fine. Like, there was absolutely nothing wrong with it before. They keep changing stuff. The sound interface is all fucked up. It just, like, decides to not work sometimes. It's really annoying. Especially when I work my ass off all day on a video and then I find out the sound is not working. For no fucking reason. I didn't change anything. Well, the video I just fucking slaved away at all day, the sound is fucked up now. Now I have to do it again. And that really pisses me off. I wish they would just make PC versions of these games. Like an actual PC port. I wish they would just do that. It's annoying when this stuff just breaks for no reason. Causes me a lot of stress for nothing. That's why I don't like using the emulators, because it's all just jacked up. The performance sucks. I have it in 64-bit and it's still choppy. These guys have way too much health. No, light side, I just checked my raw file of the overview. I just slaved away at all day. Last night until like 5 in the morning. Trying to get everything ready for it. The sound's messed up. Why do these guys have so much health? These guys are just like stat checks. They don't die. He hit like a trillion times before they die. Well, the video's not gonna have any sound, but luckily it at least picked up the fucking mic. Stupid XSplit. So I'm gonna have to talk to their support. I'm really annoyed. It's causing me so much stress. Like, stop messing with the sound. It was completely fine the way it was. They keep changing it for, like, no reason. It's annoying when it just, like, stops working.
I'll have a lot of fun.
Especially when I work my ass off with an overview all day. Probably not gonna get any views anyway. Because it's not clickbait. Those guys die completely fine. It's those big ogre guys that have like 50 trillion health for some reason. They're boring to fight too. I wish you could skip these cutscenes, but you can't. It doesn't let you.
Why are you waiting for me here? Oh, I see. Just get on the
Good game. Surprisingly good.
Off the brakes again. Green.
It puts stuff like Genshin to shame. Let's put it that way. In terms of gameplay, obviously, Genshin's a much better game if you're looking for exploration and stuff, but actual gameplay, Genshin doesn't hold a candle to this. It's a very high quality game. Biggest complaints I have with it is how stiff some of the cancel timings feel. That's something that they can obviously fix, and that's part of the point of this test, is to fix all that stuff before the full release. Some attacks take a really long time before you get a cancel point. It can be frustrating. And you can work around it, obviously, like I am.
Hey! How do you feel dancing in the lightning?
Oh, you gotta give me a gimmick room. You just fight normal. I hate gimmicks. Get up in the air, please.
Looks like you want to join the party.
Come on. I hate shit like this. What is the tutorial? Can I turn it off?
No matter who is hit by the lightning will be stunned.
I don't want gimmicks.
The top of generator is insulated. You can jump on it to evade the lightning.
Oh, okay. Still hate gimmick rooms like this, though. I don't know. This room is garbo. Get me out of this room, please. This is irritating. I want to just fight them in a room with nothing in it. I hate stuff like this. Come on, how long is this room? There's gotta be a catch in games like this. Annoying room like this. Does like no damage to them too. Just kills the pacing. Can't have any fun with this stupid thing. I wish I could just turn it off. Why do they put stuff like this in games? I never understand why. Let me interact with the enemies. Stop wasting my time. It's just obnoxious. Could have probably finished this level if it wasn't for this stupid gimmick room. Hopefully that kills him. Get the hell out of this room. Jeez. The gimmicks suck too. The gimmicks are really dumb. Some of them really overstay their welcome. Also, the game has native controller support, which is shocking, because normally they make games like this on mobile and then they don't have controller support. It's like, well, why? That should be like the first thing you do. Where does it want me to go, man? I'm tired of this gimmick room. Stupid. Why do I have to backtrack? I don't know what it wants, like where it wants me to go. This game is best when you just go from room to room just fighting stuff. When it's like just wasting time like this. I don't get why I'm backtracking. That should have just been the end of the level right there. It's not giving me any fun enemies either. It's just these guys. Some of the enemy design is questionable. Like those fish that just spend time just waiting, wasting your time. Standard time waster enemy. That boss was torture. There was another one that was kind of like that too. Health values feel a little bit inconsistent. Some enemies have like 50 million HP, and then other ones feel like, you know, a traditional DMC enemy. This game does have RPG mechanics, so I guess it's going to be harder to balance than DMC, you know, a traditional DMC game where you have flat damage values on everything. I've upgraded Dante quite a bit, and some of the enemies, it just feels like I'm hitting them with a wiffle bat. It depends on the enemy.
Who's there?
Right,
Mind if I join?
I don't even care about the orbs. Okay, I guess I'm gonna fight that guy next. Well, there are like stats you can put on the weapon, but I don't have enough. I can't really read Chinese, so I can't comment on that. Stagger. Okay, just don't stagger. Royal Guard feels pretty weak too. It takes way too long to build it up. The anger gauge. That would be one criticism I have too. It doesn't really feel worth using Royal Guard. It's better to just stay in Trickster most of the time because of the invincibility frames. I'm sure there's stuff you can get to like buff that, but just with like a stock character, Royal Guard feels pretty underwhelming. It doesn't feel like you have the reward of it, just the risk. Like Royal Guard is really good at 5, but it's like unintentionally weak because the enemies don't attack that much in that game. You can just destroy stuff if you use it, but nothing really requires you to. Come on, stop running away. I don't have Virgil, no. I only have Dante Lady. These guys are okay, but they're very linear. You can't really do a lot to them. Because if you hit them more than 3 times, they burst.
To waste on it.
Some of the new enemies are pretty fun, and then some of the other ones leave a lot to be desired. They either have too much health, or they're too linearly designed. You don't really have a lot of ways that you can fight them. Like those Reaper guys I just fought, they're very one-dimensional enemies. It's kind of like... you hit them 3 times and then they burst, and you just go behind them and punish. And you repeat the same thing. Not a lot to it. Right now they have Dante, Lady, and Virgil. Like these guys. These guys have like, feel like they need like 30% less health or something. They're not badly designed, it's just an HP sponge. A little bit disproportionate how much punishment this guy can take, and then some of the other elite enemies go down pretty quickly. Sure, as you level up your character, that becomes less of an issue, but in the beginning stage of the game, it does feel a little bit off. You're only spending like maybe 20-30 seconds on each enemy, if even that, but then those guys take like 2 minutes. How old is Dante? Is supposed to be between 3 and 1, but it's not canon, which I think is a good thing. They take a lot of liberties with this game, which I think is pretty awesome. Like Virgil's still alive and stuff. It's not just retreading anything, really. This fight feels pretty good. I'm kind of starting to understand when he staggers.
Come on, baby.
So curious, can they design a human boss fight? Royal Guard might be pretty good here. The bosses have a lot of moves too. The bosses aren't one-dimensional, which I think is really nice. It takes some effort to take them down. I probably need to upgrade my character more because some of them are HP sponges. Actually, this boss is not that great. You hit him and he doesn't stagger. It's not a Kratos tier boss fight. You die already? Stuff like that. I had a clear hit on him and he just kind of armored through it. It's like it's weird. They want you to attack him after the Hellbreaker, but then he just goes into another combo. Or he techs out somehow. The human bosses in this need a lot of work. This is the first human boss I've fought. Kind of a mixed bag. It's nice that you can juggle him, but it's very unclear on when you're supposed to hit him, because sometimes he just walks through. It's kind of random. Maybe there's more to it than I'm seeing at first glance. Eric, have you even played the game? Do you know what you're talking about? Don't answer questions for me unless you haven't played the game. You haven't played the game, I know you haven't. You only have 2 styles in this game. Please don't answer questions if you haven't played it. It's kind of silly to do that. It's basically Swordmaster is just baked into the basic gameplay, and you have Trickster and Royal Guard right now. There's no Gunslinger either. Just don't give people the wrong information. I mean, if you played the game, then sure, but I know for a fact you haven't. Oh, hey, I got 2 of these. I need 2 more. Yeah, the problem with that boss was I would get very clear punishes and he would just walk through it, which is never feels satisfying. That was probably the jankiest part of this game, was that boss fight. It felt a little bit unfair. No, it's fine, it's just don't answer questions if you haven't played the game. That's all I'm asking. It's cool that you want to help, but don't give people misinformation. I know for a fact you have not played this. Especially since it was a nightmare and a half to even get this game to work in the first place. would be shocked if you had played it. I had to go through hell and back to get this to work. No, this is its own thing. It's DMC3 Dante, but it's taking a lot of liberties with things, which is more interesting. It's not like some hardcore Star Wars thing where you can't do all this random stuff.
My daughter.
This game has been very free-to-play friendly right now. I don't have any money right now, and I can't use the cash shop at the moment until I set up some account or something. It's giving me a lot of stuff for free. I'm trying to get to the pity right now so that I can show people how the pity works. But I need to get 2 more of those boxes.
It's dangerous to face the demons.
Hey man, here you are again.
I've always wanted a game like this, to be honest with you. I've always wanted a character action game. Something I can play for a longer period of time. I'm always open to that. It's just that it's very rarely pulled off. I think this game does a pretty good job, especially since it's made by essentially people that don't have anything to do with Capcom. Obviously, it's a legally endorsed game, but it's not developed by Capcom. I think they've done a pretty good job. There's definitely some jank in it, some unresponsiveness with cancel timings and stuff. But I mean, that's an easy thing to fix. I'm sure they're getting lots of complaints about it. It would not surprise me if they weren't. Actually, would surprise me if they weren't. You know, Devil May Cry is great, but there's lots of parts of it that are very antiquated, and people are too hardcore to realize that. Stuff like how bad it is for accessibility to have to push like 4 buttons at once to do it. I think this game proves that you can simplify things and not dumb it down. This actually feels pretty close to... Feels like a mix between traditional DMC and the reboot, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. be surprised if the next DMC game tries to probably take some cues from this game. Do so many excessive inputs you need to do for basic actions. Save our hands and make it easier for people who are physically impaired to play. Well, this game is also designed with the controller in mind, so that helps too. I can't imagine playing this with a touchscreen. I can't imagine doing that in the slightest. Seems like these guys really want to... They want to push the limits and boundaries of what can be done on this platform. You know, Momo's a cool platform. It's just got a lot of terrible games on it. And design has gotten too linear. You know, why make something like this that requires a lot of effort and actual gameplay when you can put a bunch of waifu JPEGs in a game and make like millions of dollars? You don't have to like that this game exists, but you have to like that they're putting effort into it. Trying to make an actual video game on this platform, and not just a microtransaction simulator. I mean, this has actual gameplay. You're seeing what I'm doing right now. I think it deserves to be commended for that. The game's not even out yet either. They have a hell of a lot more they can do with it. I've been playing this like all day, so that's a testament to its quality. This is one boss I wish never came back. They're sadistic to put this guy back in the game.
Come on, baby. Come get me.
The game works. You haven't even played it, dude. Why do you come in here and complain about games you haven't played? You haven't played it. You're watching someone play it. You're watching someone play it and you're passing judgment already. The game that's not even out yet. Come on now. The game is not oversimplified. When you consider the other games on this platform that have, like, no gameplay at all, or the popular ones like Genshin that have much worse combat, it's not fair to say that this is oversimplified. don't knock the game if you haven't played it. Make the account and play it. You're being a stream monster right now. Can you stop flying? I hate this boss. It's always been annoying. Keeps running away and flying and wasting time. No wonder they don't have a time limit. He just keeps flying and flying. Why did they bring this guy back? Fuck flying enemies. Yep, just keep flying and wasting time, why don't you? Not even anywhere near me, just wasting my time. So much fun. The enemies just fly and do nothing. Don't allow you to attack them. Can I cut his wings off? I can't fly anymore. Come on! How much health do you have? This boss is giving me major depression right now. It's like worse than the Owl in Neo 2. Yeah, you're judging the game without even playing it, and that really annoys me. You haven't played the game, you're watching someone play it, and you don't even know how the mechanics work. So, stop doing that, please. It's really annoying.
If the office shuts down, we'll have to sleep on the street. Locke married a demon? Huh?
Yeah, I like how people complain that this game is he's complaining that things are being made easier when Devil May Cry has always had terrible accessibility. Like, to do Showdown, you have to hold R1, you have to hold the analog stick forward, and then you have to push triangle and circle at the same time, which is an excessive amount of inputs for one move. The fact that you have to go into Trickster
I wanted to
or Royal
die.
Guard to dash
Time to
and
go,
guard,
big shot.
respectively, is what makes it really hard for people to get into these games. Just because something is simple doesn't mean that it's bad. Yes, there are plenty of situations where it is bad, but this is not one of those things. I think this game is crazy ambitious for the platform it's on. You could have easily just made this another generic flash animation like turn-based game, like that BlazBlue game that just came out. But no, they're actually trying to push the envelope of what's possible on this platform. And you can't knock them for that. It may not be something you like, but the fact that games like this even come out on this platform when they could easily just make some generic cash grab and put, like, lady in a bikini or
1,000
something
years
and
ago,
make,
my
like, $1 million.
family helped your
The fact that they're actually trying to do something with the franchise and be faithful to it despite being on a platform that's not known for games like this, especially skill-based games, I think that's to be commended.
I feel energized
People
now.
should stop judging the game before they play it. Battle for the Grid's a perfect example. That game nailed the accessibility. Like, in that game, there's no motion inputs at all. You would think that would just be more generic, dumbed down, overly accessible stuff, but you watch people play that game at a high level and you wouldn't be able to tell that it has no motion commands. Accessibility is not a bad thing, it just can't compromise the game design and the depth of the mechanics. There's plenty of games that do a shit job at it, but you can't say that this game does a shit job at it. Especially considering the platform it's on. This is an incredibly high-quality game. It's got its fair share of jank and issues, but for a game that's not even out yet, I mean, this is leaps and bounds better than anything else you can play like this on this platform. It's pretty much unmatched.
Only the demonic key can activate the stone. You can strike the stone to alter the demonic marks, until they look the same with the gate's pattern. Then the gate will open.
I mean, I'm a hardcore gamer. You see all the kinds of stuff I play on here. But I'm all for accessibility. Not everybody can do crazy stuff in games, and DMC in particular has always done a terrible job at being accessible. I feel like the only reason they didn't try to simplify the control scheme in 5 and make it more accessible and reduce how many inputs you need to do for basic actions is because it was the first game in 11 years, and they really couldn't afford to take any risks for it. I'm sure when the sixth game comes out, or the next game comes out, they probably will look into things like that. You know, DMC doesn't come out as often as, say, Call of Duty and stuff. They don't have as much leeway to make drastic changes, but I do think that changes are needed. I mean, there's games like that Fantasy Strike game that's like not fun to play because it's so accessible to the point where there's like not much to it. It just depends on the game, how willing they are to make it easier to play but not dumb it down, which is a very hard thing to do. Generally in games like this, it's one or the other. You get like some just turn-based garbage, or you get something that's really solid like this. And this game seems to be doing really well, too. So there will be more games like this in the future, which I think is fucking awesome. Yeah, it bothers me when people complain about broken stuff too, and there's like there's no necessity to use it. Like, if it bothers you that much, then don't use it. Make the game more challenging for yourself. There's such a thing as a self-imposed challenge. Yes, the game should be properly balanced, but it doesn't mean you can't challenge yourself. That's what arcade games are. You know, you can go to an arcade and drop like $10 on the game to finish it, credit for you. Or you can get good at it and finish it on one credit. I feel like that kind of design is lost on the modern gamer. The game is not particularly balanced and they complain about it. And I've been gaming for like over 30 years. I've been around since the beginning. You know, it's one thing if it's a competitive game, there's like, you know, it's like a fighting game or something, where one character just destroys the meta, like Kokonoe in Blaze Blue. When they first added her, that character destroyed the meta. That's a valid complaint, because it's a competitive game, and it's meant to be played against other people. But it really bothers me when people take something that's like single player, or at least predominantly single player, with optional multiplayer, and they complain about stuff that's broken. It's like, then just don't use it. You know, I get it when they put like a broken shotgun in like Call of Duty and it's all anybody uses, and it messes up the meta and the game is less fun to play. Like, I get that, but when it's like a single player game, if it bothers you that much, then you have the option to not use it. And if it bothers you that other people are using it, then don't play with them. Play with friends or play solo. It's just complaining about something that we actually have control over. It's a difference when it's like a competitive game and it's got, you know, unbalanced stuff like that that sucks the fun out of it. Unless you're playing those characters or mechanics or weapons or whatever, or builds. But when it's its own thing, I think it's completely fine. Just people don't know how to restrain themselves. A good example is when they put out, I think it was IGN or GameSpot. They put out a review for Strider 2 when it came out. Keep in mind it was an arcade game, and they complained that the game was too easy. And it's like, okay, well, it's obvious you guys credit fed for one. Of course the game is easy if you credit fed. It was an arcade game. It's designed to be a game of skill from the start. You can't call the game too easy if you keep reviving yourself over and over just to get the review out. You didn't take any effort to like actually get good at the game. Yeah. Yeah, when you save like every 20 seconds in Doom and then say you beat the game without dying. It's like, no, you didn't beat the game without dying. And no, the game's not easy. You're basically making the game easy for yourself, which is fine. If you don't have the skill or the time to get good at a game, it's fine to do stuff like that. Accessibility is very important. Not everybody can play a game on an equal skill level. But you don't go around and say the game is easy when you're basically circumventing the challenge completely. You can't do that kind of thing. Sure, play the game on easy. Sure, save as much as you want. But then don't bitch that the game is too easy when you're intentionally circumventing the challenge. There's a difference. If that's what you need to get through the game, then no one can shame you for that. But then don't say the game is too easy. That Strider review is pretty famous, though, because it's basically just the person complaining that it's too easy. It's obviously credit-fed. Which is fine. If you want to credit feed through a game, go ahead. I don't have that many 1cc's under my belt. I have a couple. Mostly fighting games. And a couple actually legitimately hard challenges, like Time Crisis 4. I get no damage from that game. I did it once. But don't credit feed through the game and complain that it's too easy. You're circumventing the game mechanics by continuing that much. Yes, the game is designed to be finished that way, but it's also designed to be finished without continuing. There's nothing flawed with the game mechanics in that regard. The only way that would be flawed is if the game was like poorly balanced and you can't once you see it. Which is what a lot of that's why a lot of American arcade games are bad, because they're not as meticulously designed as the Japanese ones. Where those games actually were designed to be a challenge, of course, and obviously bullshit would happen, but... but it was still designed to be cleared with one credit in mind, but then you had stuff like the Terminator 2 arcade game, like Revolution X and stuff. Those games were trash because you couldn't one credit clear them. There was no skill. I don't want to do this. Can I just clip through the door? Enough puzzles. That's the other thing about design in those kinds of games, too, is when you make HP sponge bosses that take 20 minutes to kill, and if you're playing in a party, it increases even more. All that really does is it just encourages people to do stuff like that. You have a hunting game where the bosses have, like, a reasonable amount of health, then people aren't so inclined to break it. But no one in their right mind wants to do a 20-30 minute monster battle with randoms and then have them not pull their weight and die and just waste your time. That's why people break those games. Like, if the fight just drags on forever, of course people are going to break it. It doesn't matter what you do to the game. It's going to happen, inevitably. Not everybody has infinite patience. Especially when the game is actively trying to waste your time by having long-ass boss fights like that. I'm definitely more of a fan of boss fights where it's actively challenging, but the boss doesn't have like 50 billion HP. I can still feel challenged, but not like I'm losing like a year of my life every time I fight them. But it's hard to find games that strike that balance. That's not a Monster Hunter thing. I can't really comment on Monster Hunter because I don't like Monster Hunter. It's too slow for me. But that's just a general hunting game thing, video game thing in general. People are going to find a way to circumvent your gameplay mechanics. You make the boss have 50 billion HP. That's just human nature. Of course people are going to do that. You're wasting your time. The boss could be perfectly challenging to go down in a few minutes. But when you have, like, blatant gear checks, you know, stat checks and stuff, where it's less about your skill, it's just whether you want to fight an enemy that has, like, 5 moves for 30 minutes, or go grind out the stats for the build and something. Still have a skillful fight, but not have to take a fiscal year. There's a very clear difference, and I don't think people really understand that. You know, I like the fights in Assault Spy because they're over in a few minutes. They're challenging. They're not like the hardest boss fights in character action games. I can't show that game that hard, but you have a lot of clear openings and you can beat them in a couple minutes. I like challenging fights, but when it's more about just it being a battle of attrition and a test of patience, that's when I start to not be interested anymore. Yeah, Arkham. Yeah, when I played through DMC 3 on Switch, I just used holy water to get past Arkham. I'm not enough of a hardcore Chad gamer to waste my time on fights I don't like. If I don't like the fight, then I'll just bullshit past it. It's a very common and understandable thing to do. Just because you're a hardcore gamer, you should not force yourself to interact with content you don't like. If you don't like a boss fight or something, sure, break the game and get past it. The game is about having fun, not about, you know, an E-penis test. You know, who has the longest E-penis? There's more to it than that. The game should be about having fun, first and foremost. Yeah, no one likes the Arkham fight. Everybody just skips past it. It's only the try-hard, big E-penis chads that like that fight. There's no harm in skipping past something you don't enjoy. The game content. If a boss like that is preventing you from having fun, then sure, skip it. Fuck what anybody says. It's about about your experience first, especially if it's a single-player game. You don't have to answer to anybody. It's like in DFO, like, back when they had the whole super hold meta. Why did people do that? Because the bosses aren't fun to fight. You could barely engage with them because, like, 90% of the game mechanics don't work. That's why people would always have a grappler on the team to just lock them in super hold and then just do a ton of damage. Of course people are going to circumvent the mechanics when it's not fun. Plus, especially in a situation like that where the game is just trying to waste your time. DFO was not really designed to have things in permanent hyper armor, but that's kind of the design they've pushed for a while now. This is blind playthrough, by the way. I haven't really watched anything on this game, so I'm kind of learning how to fight the enemies as I go. Kind of just going off character action fundamentals, which is working pretty well. I haven't had too much trouble yet. It's mostly just been Nivan and the humanoid boss that have given me trouble. Everything else has been pretty manageable. Dude, this level is still going. I do feel like these levels are a bit too long. You get a little exhausted. You keep, like, going and going. I beat the boss. Why is the level still going? Fuck these things. How much longer is this level? Jeez.
Strike the controller back
puzzles.
to fill up the ditch and turn the lift on.
No. Just clip through the door. I don't want to do any more puzzles.
When the demonic power fill up the ditch, the stone will be activated.
When does this level end? I already killed a boss. Some of these levels just drag on like an eternity. I'm getting kind of exhausted already. So you start to overstay their welcome. There's been like tons of these puzzles and stuff. Like, I don't want to do puzzles. No one likes puzzles. Can I just fight stuff in a room with no gimmicks? I would like that a lot. I hate doing puzzles. Especially in games like this. I don't mind puzzle games. I'm playing it on emulator. I play it on mobile as well. I just don't do that when I'm at home. When I'm at home, I play on BlueStacks. Dude, what does this want? I need to put an option to just solve the puzzle for me. I don't want to do this. I'm trying to get the pity tonight, and this level is taking forever. It just keeps going on and on and on and on. Come on, fuck this puzzle. Stop putting puzzles in these games. Just punch the door, clip through it. Can't stand puzzles. It's like no one plays these games to do puzzles. All this stuff does is just waste your time and make you exhausted. Slow-paced and boring. Serve no purpose. Yes, it does. You can skip the stealth level. And that's genius game design. I don't want to solve this puzzle. I want the level to end. And I can just play the levels that don't have puzzles that aren't so long. These enemies are just boring to fight, too. They're just running away and bursting, like, every 2 seconds. Stop running away, bastard. It's like they've already done like 3 of these puzzles. It's like it's too much. Dude, just fucking pick it up and throw it. Make it teleport over there. I don't want to do this. What did Capcom tell them they need to put this shit in the game again? It's great how they didn't have this in 5. It's just straight just fighting. Just running to the next room and fighting. Which is what you play this kind of game for. Not stuff like this. It's just time wasting and frustrating. I don't understand the purpose of it. I get why every game like this has to have puzzles. So all anyone does is they just avoid levels that have stuff like this. Because it's actively frustrating and boring. Especially when it's shit controls like this. You can't just push it. Come on. Oh, it doesn't like that one. It needs to be in the other one, of course. Ugh. Just clip through the door. Punch it. Teleport through it. You can teleport. Do that. This is what makes it just drag on. Just having to do stuff like this. You can't skip these cutscenes either. You have to watch it. It's like, I know what's happening. Let me play. I was having fun with the story in this until it started doing all these puzzles. And it starts to get really annoying. Maybe the native players will tell them to take the stupid puzzles out. Just for this fight. Feel like they should have taken the design philosophy from 5. Take all the stupid puzzles out. No puzzles whatsoever. That's what I liked about that game. None of this time-wasting stuff, just straight fighting, and nothing else. It's fine to have exploration. I don't mind that. It's satisfying to find secrets. Yeah, it's pretty much proven that people like finding secrets and stuff. It's just when you have a game that's predominantly combat, and you put stuff like this, which is, like, not hard to solve. It's rudimentary. It's just not really interesting to engage with. Come on, just go in there. Why is this harder than any combat challenge? Getting the stupid switch in there. Thank you. Please, no more puzzles. No more puzzles. I never want to see a puzzle again. Well, now the door's not open. What the hell? Oh, is it this way? Okay. No more puzzles, please. Sometimes it's hard to tell where to go. Dude, no more puzzles ever again, please. No! How long is this damn level? God. This is really overstaying its welcome. No, fuck the puzzle. The puzzle's not interesting. I just did like 3 exhausting puzzles. No more. Just use your trickster dash and clip through the door. This level's like an hour long. It's crazy. Yeah, it's just spamming these enemies too. It's not fun to fight because you can't juggle them and they keep running away. Enemies are actively boring to fight. Anytime you juggle them, they just burst out of it. They have like 2 moves. Please don't make me solve a puzzle. Just let me fight a boss and get out of here. Better not be one of those puzzles where if you mess it up, it resets. I'm just gonna rage quit this right now, if that's the case. This is just going on and on at this point. Oh, come on! Make me fight these same boring enemies with some puzzle I don't want to do. There's already been like 4 of them already. Is there like some law they have to put in, like stuff like this in action games? Just give me a room with blank textures, PS2 era textures and shit to fight, and nothing else. Especially for a freaking mobile game, like why do they have puzzles like this in a game you're supposed to play in like short and bite-sized pieces? What does it want? Dante should just like not take... should not take jobs if they involve solving puzzles. Just don't take them. They can fucking do it themselves. I'm here to fight, not do this shit. There's already a boss and 3 puzzles. There's no hint either. Yeah, just punch the dice. Just go through the door. Stop wasting my time with shit like this. It's pointless and boring. This game is really fun, don't get me wrong, but... puzzles, I don't understand the purpose of them. Just teleport through the door, I don't want to do this. So whatever, just tell me the solution. This level's, like, way too long. Why didn't it end when the boss died? Fuck your variety, just let me fight things puzzle, I would play a puzzle game. Give you all the obnoxious enemies too, like these guys. Should be an option to just skip the puzzle and tell you the solution. Can you imagine doing this when you're like on lunch break? We're stuck here forever. What the hell does it want? I've been in every single door. I'm getting really exhausted. Please don't make the enemies respawn. It's like the basics of game design. Just wasting people's time anymore. They keep coming back. I'm pretty sure I've been in every door. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. And I'm getting really frustrated. Come on, please! Like, take some design inspiration from mine. Take out puzzles. The best thing about the game. No gimmicks. Come on. Dude, what is this garbage, man? Fuck this. Let's make an obnoxious puzzle that never ends. No hints or anything, no way to skip it. I don't even know if this has autosave. Can I like stop and do this later? I'm getting really agitated. Why do puzzles exist? Especially ones like this that just punish you. Let the enemies be challenging, not stupid stuff like this. I'm completely stumped. I don't know what to do. I don't know what it wants, and it doesn't tell me. Come on! Just die! Stop teleporting! They don't even fight you, they just waste your time. Must be some, like, quota. If your game has fun combat, you need to put shit like this in it to waste people's time and make people frustrated and not want to play. Like some unspoken game design flaw. Garbage like this and everything. Just die. I'm about to give up on this. I'm getting really frustrated. Whoever designed this puzzle is a sociopath. It's been like decades of doing this stuff in video games. I can't understand why. What's the hint? Like, what am I supposed to do? Can you just show me what to do? What?
When the demonic...
I don't understand what it wants.
You can parry Hellripper's attacks by striking at a proper timing. He will become vulnerable if you do
Yeah,
it
give
for
me
several
this for the
times.
puzzle so I can keep playing. Get out of this never-ending level. I'm scared to quit the game because I don't know if it will save or not. The level's too fucking long. Someone do me a favor. Someone do me a huge favor. Look back at the VOD and show me the... Now the controller stopped working. Great. Fuck this.
Come on, baby. Come get it.
Now the controller won't work. What the hell? I have to fucking break something. Hate that shit. No, I don't want to play with your stupid ads. I wonder if it's going to make me do that whole level again. The stupid controller glitched out and I couldn't play anymore. Maybe don't make your levels an hour long with like 500 puzzles. Better just let me back into that same room. I'm gonna be pissed. Fuck that. Now it's just crashing. Great. Show me more ads. I was having great fun with that until that level. Come on, load, and better not make me do that whole level again, or I'm just gonna quit right now. Now it's just crashing. Come on, load. game is fun when it wants to be, but I want to know whoever the hell designed this. What the hell were they thinking? Okay, please work. Put me back where I was. I have no clue if I have to do that entire level over again. I'm gonna flip if I have to. That shit's like an hour long. Out of their damn minds. Come on, load. Yeah, I have to do the whole thing over again? Are you kidding me? What? All because of that stupid puzzle. Stupid garbage. Fucking hate puzzles. Are you telling me I have to do that whole level over again? Are you kidding me right now? Come on, load. No, the puzzle's not interesting. It's stupid. I don't know what the solution is. Like, what it wants. It might be better for me to take a break. Yeah, I'm getting really exhausted. This is stupid. Great game design. It's great to make a character action game and then put garbage like this in it. Instead of just letting me fight things, like the whole purpose of the game. This doesn't even help me either. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. Probably getting a mouthful about this on the Chinese forums. Sure they are. This is stupid. When your puzzle makes people hate the combat, it's a poor gameplay mechanic. Fuck up. There's no other way to say it than that. When I don't even have to fight anymore because the puzzle is so annoying and tedious. And then you fail as a game designer. This level should have ended like half an hour ago. It also doesn't make sense out from all the other puzzles. They give you a hint that basically just tells you how to do it. But for whatever reason, this puzzle does not do that. It really wants you to just bang your head against the wall against. It makes no damn sense. Like, what does it want me to do? I'm sorry for getting frustrated, it's just... I've been working hard to get this done, and stuff like this just gets in the way. I fucking loathe puzzles, they just frustrate me. Puzzles are boring in any game that's not just focused on puzzles. Tetris and Beowulf are like awesome games. I don't like playing those games. I don't like doing puzzles, man. It's not the core game. It's just a waste of time. Especially for a game like this, it's meant to be played in like short bursts. When you have a puzzle you can just get permanently stuck on. Stupid. Where do I go? Just show me. If someone knows the solution, just tell me. Before I go insane. Okay, am I making any progress in this and what? There's like no feedback. I don't know what I'm doing. Just teleport through the door. Where's the DMC for Dante? He just said fuck the puzzle. He needs to come back. I don't know what to do. It's so anxiety-inducing. Which way do I go? Level so long, this guy's already recycled as a normal enemy. I'm completely stumped. I don't know what it wants me to do. This is like the worst puzzle I've ever experienced. Okay, are they gonna stop spawning? Wait, is this actually making sense now? Is it going to stop spawning them? Alright, maybe I'm onto something now. The enemies stop spawning, which makes this a lot less frustrating. What am I supposed to do, game? Can you just tell me at this point? Throw me a bone here. This makes no damn sense. Worst part is if I quit out, I have to fight all those enemies again. Come on. This is so stupid. I'm playing a fucking character action game, not fucking The Witness. Get out of here with this shit. I don't understand what it wants. Everything looks the same. There's no landmark or anything. That's not working. It doesn't do anything. I don't even know if I'm doing anything right at this point. Did it just respawn the enemies or what? It's the same room, just recycled over. It's like no feedback if you got it right or not. Okay, is this over? Fucking hell, man. Could have just teleported through the door. It's not even a thick door. That's another problem I have with puzzles in these kinds of games. You're playing as, like, powerful characters. You have to have so much suspension of disbelief. Like, he could totally just, like, open that door. Or break through it. Or even better, just teleport through it. There's like, nothing that should be stopping him from doing that. But no, you've got to get stuck on stupid stuff like that. Just to pad out the game and make you not want to play it. Please, no more puzzles. This level needs to end pronto. No more puzzles. Of course there has to be projectile spinner. Why do they have so much health? That puzzle was not enough. This level is still going. Talk about overstaying yourself. What am I supposed to do? Kill them or what? Why can't they just stop giving you this? This dumb stuff. Okay, but I killed them. What do you want now? What? Or just fall over. That works. Come on, just work. Stupid fucking puzzles. What? Ugh. Stop with the puzzles, please. Oh my god, are you kidding me right now? Who designed this level? What was wrong with the level design before? It was just bullshit. Fuck your trials. I just spent like half an hour on a stupid puzzle. Can I just like go over here and do this and just skip it? Now he won't stop walking on. Stop with the puzzles with respawning enemies. You can't even knock them off. That would make this a lot more tolerable. Just knock them off. He can fall off, but they don't. They have like 1 billion health. Stupid. You give me like no time to do this at all. Just work, please. I don't want to do this again. What? I never want to do a puzzle in my life. You're really gonna make me do more. Are you kidding me right now? Come on. Why? Do the people who do stuff like this even play action games? I don't think they do. You should know by now that stuff like this doesn't go well. It's just annoying and frustrating and tedious. It serves no purpose. It's like putting combat in a visual novel. It makes no damn sense. It's not even a good mode to fight because you keep getting blocked. At least you need to give me a time limit and these annoying enemies that just run away. Fuck you. Be another puzzle after this. I know there's gonna be one here. This better be the end of the level. So much health. Better not make me do all of them again if I mess this up. These guys have like 1,000,000 HP. Stupid garbage-ass puzzles. I have like barely enough time to do this. I have to haul ass here. Thank you. I so don't care about the cutscenes right now. I so don't care. You can watch them later. I've got very little patience left with this game. I was having a lot of fun with it earlier. This level is just everything wrong with it. Maybe this is like the last level or something. That's the only reason I can think of. I don't know what else it could be. Watch this tutorial.
As an extraordinary demon king, Pluton's spear can create a planar sphere. Penetrating with thousands of spears will be the only fate for those who dare to step into the sphere.
Alright, thanks for nothing. That lady's a troll. the hit person is a troll. Turn the shield off, or are you just gonna keep doing this? I'm already, like, mentally exhausted at this point. No more gimmicks. I don't understand what to do. The last thing I want to do is solve another puzzle while I'm in a boss fight. I'm just gonna keep the shield up forever, or what? Like, not taking it down. I don't understand what to do. Is this like a Eurasian shield or what? I don't get what to do. This is just about as fun as a Eurasian fight. When he's in the chair. Feels a lot like that. Not really that engaging. It's got a gimmick too. Ah, there we go. Alright. And now I feel like I'm being power grabbed and doing like pixels of damage. A boss like this is not fun. Oops. He's got like a trillion health for some reason. Soft lock? Hello? Hello? How much health do you have? I'm like mentally checked out at this point. I think this must be the last boss of the beta or something. really fun to fight. It's just kind of a wall. Please don't put the shield back up. This whole last level has really not been any fun. I can put it back on again after it took like 5 minutes to take it down. I've been upgrading my gear too. Gosh damn, I'm doing wrong. These enemies just have like way too much health. Please. This is boring. Yeah, it's just as boring. It overstays its welcome. Like this whole last level. It's not engaging at all. It's just a bunch of projectiles, man. Which nobody likes in anything. There's some good boss fights in this game. This is not one of them. Some people hate these kinds of games. Just an enemy that is just a wall. It just spams projectiles.
Humans, all fools. Did you know? Without you and Frank's blood, and that traitor Sparda's sword, I will never be able to break the seal.
I don't blame you, Dante. I'd be tired after all these puzzles, too. I'm pretty mentally exhausted right now. I would have gotten hit by that, too.
Does Lord Modus send you to set me free?
Correct. Sparda's honor has gone, and our era is coming.
That's great. The Guardian family have to pay thousandfold for the pain they had put on me. I need time to reclaim my power. See you soon.
Invade the human world? That's your purpose?
This literally is just Urizen.
Round 2.
It really is just Urizen. That level was an hour long. That's crazy. I like how that fight actually got fun when he got out of the chair. It's very much like Urizen. When Urizen sits in the chair, it's a really boring-ass boss fight. As soon as he got out of the chair, he had, like, clear tells for what he was doing. I could actually dodge his attacks. It was completely fine. Typical kind of design you expect in character action games. The best bosses are the ones that are just dudes with swords. It's when you start deviating from dudes with swords that things get worse. Lagging. Hello? Hello? Come on. Can't do anything. Like crash or something? Yeah, the boss fights in this have been a mixed bag. Like, Beowulf and Phantom were really good. The other Devil Hunter guy was decent, but he didn't always stagger when he got a clear punish, and that kind of ruined it for me. Navon is decent too, but that fight's never really been that great to begin with. They did add a little bit more depth to it, but then that not Urizen fight was shit until he got off the chair. The problem is that this has RPG mechanics, so I'm sure if I had spent a bunch of money or put all my money into upgrading my weapon, that probably would have been less frustrating, but that kind of boss fight, it's just not possible to do it right. When your boss fight is literally just someone sitting down and spamming projectiles. In a melee action game, there's not really a whole lot that can be done. It's just very limiting game design. Is this game getting bodied right now? I don't know what's going on. It's like really unresponsive. If they make more human bosses, I hope they make them more like Kratos and DMC5 Virgil, where, you know, he puts up a fight, but if you get a clean hit on him, he should stagger every time. And I think that's what that human boss fight was really missing. It's actively frustrating when I would hit him, and then he would just hyper armor through it. There didn't really seem to be a whole lot of performance to it either. Is that the pity? No, that was the pity. Huh, well, I got an epic sword at least. Okay, let's try this. So you can't pick. There's no pity selector. Now I know. That was the purpose of doing all this today. To try to figure out how the pity works, so I can tell people. Okay, so let's check out this weapon. Now the game will be fun again, because I won't have to fight that boss again. I apologize for getting frustrated, but I think that would piss off a saint. I'd like to think any boss fight like that would piss off somebody. Oh wow, this one's way better. Sure. The voice acting is pretty good, but for Dante, it's kind of ruined by the fact that they're using attack grunts from DMC 3 and 5, respectively. But then the cutscene dialogue is done by some sound-alike. So it sounds very awkward. 1 minute it's Ruben Langdon, and then the next second it's not. What makes it worse is it's like Ruben Langdon from like 15
If the
years
office
ago.
shuts down, we'll...
Ruben
I'm
Langdon
going to
from
make him
2 years
pay
ago.
a terrible price.
Literally Ruben Langdon from like 2005 and 2019. Very awkward. If you played Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, that game had the same problem. Because they didn't pay Yuri Lowenthal to come back, so all the new voice lines from the PS3 version, all the dubbing that had to be done again, there's like some other guy. Really took you out of it. I felt bad playing that game in Japanese because I really love the voice guy, but the fact that they didn't bother to pay Yuri Lowenthal to come back really ruined it. I think he actually posted a tweet. He said that they didn't even ask him to come back. They were too cheap to get him because he's a big name voice actor now. When Vesperia first came out, he was like just kind of getting started.
I know. I'm a jerk. Locke is such a fool. Pure blood.
Finished
Yeah.
trials are unlocked. Other demon hunters can't wait to fight with you now.
Click the event button. Click the tab to the team interface. Click the challenge button.
Use Finis keys to start the trial. Let's have a try. 3 powerful internal phantasms are breaking out of the Finis rift. We have offered a powerful infernal phantasm for you. Click here to collect. Click here to challenge the boss when you have the infernal phantasm. Collected infernal phantasms will be stored here. Suit up and challenge with others right now.
Switch voice actors mid-sentence. Yeah, that's how Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition is. It completely ruins the quality of that dub. I play a lot of really weeby Japanese games and stuff, but I like English dialogue. I like at least giving it a chance. Let's put it that way. I'm always open to give an English dub a chance. But man, it's like that game where they didn't bother to pay him to come back. It really ruins it. It's unfortunate, but that game is best played with the voices in Japanese. It's just way too awkward otherwise. Let's see what else I should get here. I think I'm probably going to sign off soon. That level really overstayed its welcome. I'm pretty exhausted right now. I kind of wanted to try to save this for Beowulf, but... Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Classic combo. Yeah, I think a lot of the stigma towards English voice acting comes from two things. The fact that it used to be really bad, and people never really got out of that mindset. And then you also have the problem of, up until recently, it was like the same dozen people voice acting everything in English. And that's a valid complaint. You know, there's only so many times you can hear like Steve Bloom in something before you start to just notice it's him, and it starts to break your immersion. Like we don't have the variety of professional voice actors that like Japan does. That's a valid complaint, but I'll always give English voice acting a chance. Just not when the character has like split personality disorder. They like randomly stop talking in the same voice. Oh, let's get that. Let's see, what can I get for Agni and Rudra? Twister. Server's like mad laggy right now too. That's what's making me want to stop for tonight. It has to really think about letting me buy this move right now. It's thinking long and hard. Whoa, it didn't buy it. What the hell? Server's getting bodied hard right now. This game's mad popular, I guess. Well deserved. Definitely have my grievances with it. You guys all heard how much I hated that last level, but this is a very well-designed game. Just got some jank and some balancing issues. But especially for a game on this platform, this game is superb. I don't have any more goodies in here. I don't think I want to bother trying the online if it's this laggy. I can't even, like, buy stuff in the menu without it freaking out, so... I think that will be for tomorrow's stream. I'll probably check that out at some point. Completely ignoring that I don't know how the netcode is either, especially since I'm a foreigner. That might affect things quite a bit too. Let's see, is there anything else I can get right now? They're adding a rollback netcode to KOF All-Star, which I find hilarious. That game's gonna get rolled back before Samurai Showdown does. It's pretty crazy when you think about it. KOF All-Star's jank-ass broken PvP. That's gonna get rolled back before Samurai Showdown. Which is a game people actively avoid playing online because the netcode is so bad. Yeah, they announced that earlier today. Someone posted that in my Discord. I'm like, wow, are you serious? They're actually doing that? Maybe this is the era of SNK games being playable online. I think I'll just cool it there for now. Dude, this game is the new hotness. I can't even load into an instance right now. That's how hammered the server is. Well, props to them. I definitely have my grievances with the game, as you all heard, but that is a very high-quality game, especially for the platform it's on. It's cool to see stuff like that pushing the envelope. There's so many terrible games on mobile that are just microtransaction simulators. They look cheap and basically just trying to get people to pay for waifu JPEGs. The fact that that game has actual gameplay and it's pretty good, it does need work. Doesn't feel like Royal Guard is very rewarding right now, for one thing, and then there's a lack of cancel points. There's some unresponsiveness in the game. That last level really overstayed its welcome too. But other than that, it's a really high quality game, and it's not even out yet. I think that they'll just make it better over time. It says a lot that it doesn't have the trappings of an online action game where there's no cooldowns on anything. It pretty much plays like DMC, but simplified, but not to the point where it's dumbed down. You do have to play the game a little bit differently, You don't have as many options, but the options they give you are pretty good, and you do have the tools to deal with most situations. It's mostly just that last boss felt really terrible because it was Yuri's in with more annoying attacks, and then you have the RPG mechanics of the game making him take like way more damage than Urizen would on DMD. I'm sure they'll fix things like that. The fact that it has native controller support says a lot too. Because there's lots of other games like that they aren't anywhere near as good as that one, but they don't have native controller support. So you have to use stuff like Mantis or play on emulator and stuff. I think it's really awesome. I think they're doing most things right. I do think the bosses are very mixed bag, which, I mean, to be fair, is not really any different from the source material. You know, you have great bosses like Kratos, and then you have shit ones like Gilgamesh, that big spider thing. That's just like a wall, and then you have like Nidhogg in the same game. The inconsistent boss quality, I don't think you can really hold it against them. The source material, which is, you know, a AAA masterpiece, has a lot of shit bosses too. I don't really think their work is cut out for them. I think they have a really good foundation. I think it's just fixing the jank, making the game more responsive, and then easing up on the puzzles. The puzzles feel kind of pointless, and they're very oddly designed because, like, for the other half of the game, they just straight up told you the solution. It's like they were self-aware that nobody likes doing that shit in character action games. But then that last puzzle had no hints whatsoever. Every other aspect of the game had a fully voiced and video tutorial. Every single mechanic, every single facet of it. But then those last few puzzles didn't have that, which felt really weird. I get that they want to like break up the action and make people think a little bit, but it's weird to have a hint for like literally every other facet and mechanic of the game, but then give you a puzzle you could potentially get stuck on for like half an hour and have no hint or guidance at all, and you can't go back and look at the hint either. That's just shit design, no matter how you slice it. The fact that the puzzle is there is just icing on the cake, but the fact that you can't like get any kind of guidance for it, especially for a mobile game where people are generally playing on very limited time spans. You know, they're playing on like the bus or the train, or they're playing on lunch break. It doesn't make sense to have puzzles like that you can get stuck on with respawning enemies. Like that's shit design in any game, but when you're on a platform that's like mobile, where people may not really have a lot of time to play through stuff like that, it just doesn't make any sense. But I'm genuinely very impressed with that game. A lot of other games like Genshin Impact have tried to do stuff like that, but the combat is way worse. If they can fix the responsiveness and get rid of the stupid puzzles, and maybe make the enemies have a more proportionate amount of health to each other, because there's definitely some enemies and bosses that felt like that last boss, I was doing like pixels of damage. And then there's other bosses that have completely manageable amount of health without any grinding. If they can fix stuff like that, that game's going to be one of the best on the platform by far. We'll see what happens though. Anyway, I'm done for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and... Well, hold on. I think I'm going to go ahead and take my meds. Let me see if RK's on right now. If he's still on, I'm just going to go ahead and host him. Shoutouts to Assault Spy. Assault Spy had a stealth level, but after you beat it once, it lets you skip it. Which is like genius design. It says a lot that that game was made by one person, and he gets that forced stealth in a character action game of all things is really out of place and annoying. But I'll tell you a secret. I did that stealth level once. I've never done it again. I played that game for almost 100 hours. I've beaten it like a dozen times. I never did it again. I think it's fine to have a little bit of the diversion stuff, but I think they should always give you the option to skip it, or at least just tell you the solution. Because it's not fun to get stuck on things like that. Especially, like, could you imagine if I had been doing that puzzle that I was stuck on? Can you imagine if I was actually doing that on my phone? Like, I would have run out of battery. It's kind of weird to have that kind of thing in something where you have, like, a finite amount of time to play the game in a number of ways. Like, the the physical aspect of it, the battery can run out. You wouldn't want to get stuck on that puzzle with like 20% battery. The more responsible thing to do would be to rage quit and not play the game, especially if you need the phone for more important things like your work or whatever, or important phone calls. But then you also have like getting mentally exhausted playing it because you're stuck on something that's not fun. See if I can find out anything else about this, otherwise I think I'm done for tonight. If you guys want to check out the game for yourselves, this is RK. He's a very, very good guy. He's been doing a lot for the community. He slaved away at hours on this game too to make guides for people and stuff. So he's not on right now. He was streaming when I started streaming, but he stopped. I would go ahead and host him, but he's not available. He's also got a guide up here, his first retreat. If you want to check out the game, I highly recommend it. It's got problems like it's got problems like any other service game does, but the fact that they actually have like DMC combat design as a foundation is going to make this game way better than other stuff, because generally with games like this, they start out very combo heavy. The enemies react to your attacks consistently and stuff, but then when they start getting into endgame content, everything just becomes a wall of hyper armor, and we all know hyper armor is a very slippery slope in a combo heavy game. If it's done right, it can be completely fine, and it can even be very fun. Like PSO2, for example. That game does hyper armor very well, because the game is designed with it in mind. You have cancellation points, very, very long cancellation points to actually avoid damage, to get around the fact that the enemies don't stagger. And then you have stun mechanics and stuff like that too, which make it very satisfying too. The fact that they're actually incorporated pretty much all of just the basic DMC design for like the bosses and the enemies and stuff. They even have like the DT stun mechanics and stuff in the game. That's gonna mean that the end game can't really possibly get as stupid as it does, and stuff like KOF All-Star, where you straight up have moves that don't work on the end game bosses because they don't stagger. Or you have moves that lock you in place and then they just walk out of it. They're not going to have that problem. I mean, the engine does have its fair share of jank, but the fact that they actually did do their homework and they nailed the core design is going to make that game, I think, pretty good to play over a long term. Anyway, I'm pretty exhausted. I'm going to take my meds and go to bed. The servers were getting bodied pretty hard anyway. I think that's probably a pretty good stopping point. We'll see. I might do a stream before my kitty sitting stream. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I want to try to get to bed at a decent hour. And we'll see if I feel like streaming some more. As far as I know, they're wiping everything, so that kind of makes me not want to go in too much harder. I got the overview done. That was the main thing I wanted to do. Past this point, it's pretty much just going to be messing around with stuff. I can't really comment on the cash shop. I don't know what the exchange rate is. I'm broke until the 1st. I have not received my stimulus yet, so I wanted to test out the cash shop, but there's some hoops I have to jump through as a foreigner. I'll get back to that when I can. Yeah, I'll catch you guys, I don't know, if not in the afternoon, after lunch. It'll either be before lunch or my normal streaming schedule, which has been my kitty sitting stream, and then I come back and I stream when I get back. Catch you guys later. Also, sorry for getting frustrated. I felt bad for getting frustrated, but I think that puzzle would have pissed off a saint. It was very poorly designed. Had very little visual feedback for it, and the enemies kept respawning. And the rooms all look the same, so it's very hard to tell if you're making any progress. I feel bad for getting pissed off, but I'd rather be honest when something doesn't make me happy in a video game than sugarcoat it. Especially since I'm not sponsored. I'm not getting paid to play this shit. I'm playing it on my own free will, so when something pisses me off, I'm going to talk about it. And I think that's what people appreciate. I'm not sponsored to say that the game is awesome and, to shill it and stuff. I don't get sponsored to play anything, so I don't really pull any punches. I am very prone to getting easily frustrated, so that's part of it too. But I think that last part of that level would have pissed off anybody. It's just a long combo of frustrating puzzles and then a boss that's not fun to fight. I'll catch you guys later.